Today is March 20th, 2024, 7:31 in the evening. I'm here at my parents' house. I just got home a little bit ago. I got out of work on time, but I had to go to the store to buy Athena her blouse for her graduation. What else did I buy her? Some belts and a shirt to go around the blouse. Basically clothes for her graduation because she's gonna be graduating from kindergarten soon, my baby. She's so excited. Um, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to make this video to talk about this particular thing, like issue, I guess, that's I struggle with, which has to do with my emotions and my inability to properly regulate my emotions at times. Um, where can I start? So today I had a lady family come in. They had been coming in already for since about last week or so, saying that they were homeless and they were living in their vehicle and they needed a place to stay. That they were able to rent a room for the night that day. But it was gonna be like the last time they could, and they were gonna need help, and so long story short, I was able to get them places to stay for those nights when they came in, and but it wasn't until today where I was able to get them into a unit there, and the mother started telling me that I was an angel and that she was very grateful for everything that I'd done, like to help them. And she was really worried about her children sleeping in a car and how she, was really glad that we were able to help her there. And she was crying, and I was trying so hard not to cry, cause like I do this work because I care, like I could have like kept going and eventually I would have gotten a paralegal job somewhere. Like I know I would have, like I still could right now if I want to like quit this job, I could, if I want to make more money right away, like I could, keep trying to get a paralegal job and just leave this job, like, but I'm not doing that and I don't plan on doing that, because I like this job. Like I love what I'm doing, I actually feel like I'm in a position in my life where I'm working my mission, maybe not exactly like how I envisioned myself, when I was younger, like, like 10 years ago or whatever, but I'm going there, like, and I feel every day, like, that I go to work, that I'm getting closer and closer to that, because I've always known, like, in order to get to that level of success that I envision myself, that I've always envisioned for myself, I have to, take the steps to get there. I have to see my life like slowly changing every day to get to that level. And, I was at a point in my life where I was feeling like stuck for a long time, where I felt like I was never going to get there because I was never like, my daily life was like the same thing every day. Like, and I was just stuck with those feelings of like intense anger every day because I felt like I wasn't doing enough to get out of those feelings of rage and anger that I have towards everything that's fucked up in the world, and how I know it doesn't have to be this way. I know there's ways for things to change, I know that the people that are able and capable of making that world come into into manifestation, that they're out there, that they can come together and create that reality, but we have to be stronger than the most evil, most corrupt, most heinous people on the planet are. We have to be braver than them. We have to be fearless against them. And I know that once that happens, once there's a group of people that are capable of manifesting that world come together and put their brains together, they're going to be able to get that strength within their collective to overcome all that heinous, evil corruption that exists all over the world. Like, I know this, I've known this, but I couldn't explain how it could happen or how it's possible, and or even make that claim without feeling like somebody is going to attack me and put me down, belittle me, make me feel like some kind of, hapless dreamer that's gonna like never ever accomplish anything in her life. I had to get over that feeling of, you know, annoyance and anger that arises out of me, and inside of that already like intense anger that I get towards people, that think that or say those things or whatever about me. Like, I allow that to overcome my whole being, and it makes me, like, not able to be logical at times, because of how angry I am, or even like mature. I start getting very immature because I'm just like, I get more stuck inside those feelings in me, more in there and just stuck, trapped. So now that I'm seeing my life moving more forward, and actually feeling like I'm on my mission, I feel like I'm reaching a point where I'm able to, process my feelings, manage them a little better, but I'm still not 100% there. Like, if I was, I would have been able to look that lady in the eye in that moment with nothing but pure joy in my heart, nothing but pure, radiation from within me that says, like, you don't have to, I'm not an angel. Like, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing my job. Like, I have to get to that point where I can like just radiate that out and not feel like I'm gonna fall apart because like somebody's acknowledging my fucking my existence, my presence, whatever, my purpose. I need that validation. I still have those feelings in me, surrounded within all of that unemotional or emotional instability that I have with everything still, like how intensely anger I still intense my anger still is to everything going on, like, that's bad in the world, and how I'm still not able to, completely be at a point where I'm 100% like, yeah, like that's not going to be a problem forever, where I'm focusing on that like more than the reality around me, which is what I focus on more. And living in a border city where we're fucking literally right next to one of the most corrupt, cities in the world, where the actual mayor or well, I don't know about this one, but mayors in the past and people in power have positions that they corrupt themselves in by either working for drug cartels or actually owning or running their own, like, well, and in this city where there's corruption to that same degree, but even worse, because we're talking about like the federal U.S. government that's got you know you know like, what's the word, compartmentalized, that's what I mean, compartmentalized upon compartmentalized factions and sections of the actual legitimate legal government that is able to be corrupt within those like factions, where it's like even harder to even spot. Like, because at least over there, like, well, they're getting a little more, I guess, quiet about it now. But before, like, it was not even, they didn't even try to hide the fact of how corrupt they were over there. Like, there's a video of I forgot what governor it is or was. I think he already lost his position. This was a while back, like in 2010 or something, or 2013 or something. I don't know. It was a while back. But there was a video of an official, public official, talking to a drug cartel leader, making like arrangements about something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that, should not be happening if you're in that position of power. Um, and they didn't like really care to hide it at the time. Now they are a little bit more, like I said, because I think mostly it's because America is starting to get more tough on not just Mexico, but like all of the South area coming in because of how much fentanyl is crossing into America and how many Americans it's actually taken, like, by not by their choice, because they're selling the laced drugs to people and our kids, a lot of kids, and the kids are buying them thinking it's Xanax or it's what's the other one they sell a lot of Percocets. Some people say they put it in the weed also, cocaine, crack, like they're lacing all of these drugs and not telling the customers that they're selling it to, and they were dying. A lot of them have died. You know, um, I watched this YouTube channel called Texas Pictures documentary, and it's basically they started with just Texas families that had their children dying from fentanyl poisoning. Um, but now they've branched out and they're like sharing stories of all kinds of people all over America that have lost their children due to fentanyl poisonings. Because they go out and buy a Xanax or Percocet or whatever they think they're buying, and it's laced with fentanyl, and they don't make it. Um, so yeah, I think honestly that's why they're starting to hide more because the DEA is really getting on them, America's really getting on them, and has gone after a lot of the bigger drug lords and extradited some of them over here, and they're in our prisons now. So they're in the corrupt. So yeah. So I get angry still about a lot of that stuff, and it's very hard at times to sit at work and just listen to the same types of stories over and over and just trying to help each story out while I know like I can like change it all like on the higher level, but I know that I have to take my steps there, and that's one of my steps. I have to work for a nonprofit and see how it operates so I can and make those networks connections, make the network connection, the networking, make that happen, and contact all the different nonprofits in Laredo, and I'll invite them all to the meeting, like the actual meeting of the Free Energy Entertainment Center, the real one, not the one that I'm planning on pitching to the Mercy Building. So I got a bit upset at myself because I was starting to cry, with the lady, and I gave her a hug, and I like tried to, you know, hold it in, and I started feeling like that lump in my throat and my eyes burning. And I was like, oh, I had to go because I didn't want to start crying. I don't want to have that reputation like the caseworker that's always crying. So, so I need to learn how to process my emotions better and deal with all of it. And I have my counseling session tomorrow. Well, it's not the counseling actually, it's another assessment before the actual counseling day, which will be next week on Thursday. So hopefully it goes better after that. I'm able to process and not start crying. Not that I'm ashamed of crying or anything. I don't feel like shame about it. It's just I feel frustration about my crying. I get frustrated that I cry because I'm like, I don't want to waste my time anymore crying. I've wasted a lot of my life crying, like literally, figuratively, you know, activistically. I don't want to be crying anymore. I want to start doing. I want to do. I want to do. I want to do. I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm always doing something to move myself forward to that reality. Because I want to do it for my family, for my loved ones, for my friends, for the world, for my daughter, for her future, for the future of the kids on this planet. I need to do it for them. I have to. And I have to stop crying. Even this venting here, I literally have these two voices in me. Like before I started making this video, I was like telling myself other things that I had to do that I needed to get on, like, to get done before I lay down and go to bed. And I was like teeter-tottering because I wanted to make a video because I knew like I needed to talk or whatever. I have these feelings and I don't want to just keep it all in. And then I have the other voice that's like saying, just do what you need to do. Like forget about that and just start doing, like do the stuff you gotta do. And I'm like, okay, like you're right. But then at the end it's like, no, I'm gonna make the video. Like I have to. And I feel like it's still like wasting time. I'm wasting my time just talking about it, but I can't, help it. I need to talk. Like I have to get these things out somehow. I have to express myself, my emotions. Like I can't just leave it all in. I can't do that. It's not good for you, for me, for anybody. It's not good for anybody to leave their emotions in, or for others to have others around them that leave their emotions in, their thoughts and their, you know, whatever they're feeling, they need to let it out. So I was like, I have to make the video. And I'm feeling better just talking about it. So it's not a waste of time, at the same time, paradoxically, as much as it feels like, as much as it seems in reality and logically to my mission, like it's not a waste of time. Resting is important. It's not a waste of time too, relaxing, doing stuff like for fun. That's not a waste of time. Like, even though it feels like it when I'm doing it sometimes. So yeah, now I gotta go do